Hi, my name's Wilx, and this is episode 15 of Project Ozone 2 Reloaded. We're playing Titan mode. Today we're going to make some capacitor seeds, we're going to level them up, and we're going to spend a lot of the episode on the pitfalls of trying to grow capacitor seeds, where you can make mistakes, where things will go wrong, what to do about it. But before we get started on that, as a follow-up to the last episode, Frau Lisfy pointed out that there was a mechanism-shaped recipe for the osmium compressor on the next page that didn't need pneumaticraft, and I'd missed it. So I'd said that you actually needed pneumaticraft to make this thing. So here it is. As you can see, you need the capacitors, right? What about this? Buckets. Same recipe with buckets. Damn it, I missed it. Not the first mistake I've made, won't be the last, but I try really hard to not to make mistakes like that. You'll still need pneumaticraft later in this pack, but you didn't need it for the osmium compressor. The reason that I'm doing the capacitor seeds is I want to get into Botania and into Magic Crops. And from there, to do that, I need to get some 10-10-10 seeds for Botania. And I need to do it for all those different colors. And I was sort of dreading it and avoiding it and didn't feel like doing it. And I kept thinking to myself, I wish I could have had the Agricraft farming station to do it for me. This is what I'm talking about. This thing here. And different than the harvester or whatever, it can actually mutate up your seeds to 10-10-10. It's not that fast at it, but it's automated and you can just leave it and let it go. And it does work. I have tested it in a test world. But to make this thing, we need this module. We need 8 of these things. And they need 4 of these. So we need like 32 of these things. And that means we're going to need like 64 of these things. And 32 of these. Well, look how you have to make them. Capacitor seeds. And you grow them. And these capacitor seeds must be on a basic capacitor bank over bedrock. Also, what we don't see here, so it's going to look kind of like this with iron bars around it. Specifically, it must be planted on a capacitor bank. Bedrock must be below the capacitor bank. It either has to be right on top of it or one below it, the bedrock. Must be surrounded by at least 6 dark iron bars. So you know you can get 8 things around any block. So it's going to, if you have it on both the north and the south sides, for instance, 3 each, you've got your 6. No sunlight, but light level must be at least 13. And the light level above the block might be 1 higher than the block itself. So keep that in mind when you're doing it. The block above it must be air, and the capacitor bank must be able to supply 100,000 RF per growth tick. Okay, so let's get started on this. To make the capacitor seeds, this is your recipe, you need the special Enderman head. That is not the regular Enderman head. Let me show you over here. That's the regular Enderman head. This is the special one. Now in Project Ozone 1, these special Enderman heads were fairly rare. In this pack, in Project Ozone 2, they're actually pretty common. More common than the regular Enderman heads. Matter of fact, they're one of the only heads you can get that will drop from spikes in a mob farm. Same thing was in Project Ozone 1. It's one of the only heads that drop there on spikes. So the seeds I use were cactus seeds. I've got billions of those things from sifting sand. And that's an octatic capacitor and some soul sand. And bone meal, of course. So I'm making 2 of these. Notice I got 3 capacitor banks. Oh, and let's not forget to do the rest of the stuff. We also need light. Torches won't cut it. A lot of lights won't cut it. This is a powered light from Ender IO. It lights a large area when supplied with a power and a redstone signal. Now there's a couple of different choices for lights. I should show you that. Sorry, let's go Ender IO. You've got the weaker lights here, these ones. Now these are just strong enough if you place them the right distance away. Emits light with a redstone signal. They're much cheaper though, just glowstone, some iron and glass. These things cost a little more, but compared to some of the other stuff we're going to be making, almost nothing at all. Basic capacitor, some silicone, fused quartz, one glowstone. That's it. And it lights a large area. So it's 15, 15, 15 all over the place. So that's what we're going to be making. So we'll make one of those. And then as a second step, we're going to take it here, take the light, add a redstone torch to it. That makes it an inverted light, which means it's on by default. And you use a redstone signal to turn it off. I see no reason not to keep it lit down there all the time. Okay, let's go down to bedrock. This was the portal I used for my laser drill. That's where my laser drill comes down. And I dug out a little extra hole here. Oh, I put in some of those lights from the building that I wasn't using. And so let's get set up here. Let's start with these. So same setup as I had up above, so I'm not explaining it. I explained that in an earlier episode. And then those are just basically, it's a water tank going all the way up with the infinite source here. And that is our gate thing. So we can turn the thing on and off. And then we're going to come out. This thing's annoying. It's just out of my reach. We're going to put these all along. I don't know 100% if these things work with the capacitors. I suspect they do. Watering cans seem to work with them, so I suspect these do as well. Now that that's up there, so we're going to put our capacitors down right there. Let's hope I've got this right. I think so. All right, and then we're going to drop down a tesseract. And we'll put it on power. Set the frequency. Receive only. And that thing's full of power already. That fast. All right, so that part's done. Let's come up here. We'll grab some sprinklers. And I'm going to put 5 on each side. There we go. I'm going to put a little set of stairs here, just so I don't have to keep jumping up and down. Now for... Did I not make the iron bars? Hold on. I didn't. I was 2 sets of them, so I made 32. Sorry about that. And so we're going to put them all along here. So as you can see, for instance, this one here has 1, 2, 3 in its circle of 8 on that side and 3 on the other. They need to have at least 6. don't know why I have so much trouble placing these things. There, that should be enough iron bars. Now for our light, we'll run a power cord. Where's power? That's power. We'll run a power cord up here. That's the middle one. Yeah. I'll stick our light right there. Okay, so if we look at our light level, oh, I'm 14 everywhere, not 15. Oh, 15 in the middle, 14 one over. But we only need to be 13, so we're fine. Okay, and we use crop sticks when we do this. And we put our seeds on there. And if we look at it, this plant is fertile and can grow. And notice they are at 13, which is just enough. That one's at 15. Why is this one only at 13? The light's right in between the two of them. Huh. Well, maybe I was standing in front of it? No. That one's lower. I don't know why. Okay, one other thing I'm going to set up for use later is a little seed analyzing station. Oh, I know what I forgot to put down. So that we can turn this off. Put that there. Is that in the off position? Off. Let's turn it on. We want it on right now. Okay, for seed analyzing, I'm going to put this thing up top. And I'm going to put that thing there, that thing there. And I'm going to take out a couple of these. So what this drawer does is it sorts them according to growth, gain, or strength, so you can just easily select which ones are best. And we're going to make this one an insert, and we'll do it on brown. This one here is going to be in out, in on green, extract on brown. This one's going to extract on green. So, whoop, no, I got that backwards. You're the insert on green. You're the extract on brown. And our extract is set. Okay. Now we got our colors backwards. You're brown. You're green. All right. So when it's finished, the green's going to come down here and get shoved in there. Anything I put in here is going to get shoved up into that. Automated. Okay. So what things could you have done wrong when you were setting this up? One, these bars must actually reach to bedrock, and they must be at the same level as the plants. Now, I had set this all up, looked just like this, and it didn't work. And I'm banging my head against the desk going, what's wrong? I set this up right. Why is it not working? Well, it turns out this used to be glass. And because it was glass, there's a hole running all the way up to the ceiling that the laser comes down. And the light from the sky was leaking over. And I didn't think about that because I'm down at the bottom of the world. I didn't think, light from the sky. How's it getting here? So to figure it out, what I had to do is escape, mod options. Whoops. Ender.io add-ons. So this one here. Config. Scroll down to the bottom. Development. And these were both false. I turned them both. I don't know if this one's necessary. You got to turn that one to true. And then what it does is it writes the problems to a log file, to the general Minecraft log, which is huge. And you got to look through all these pages of stuff. Do a search on capacitor. And when I did the search, I looked at it and it goes sky light level. And for some it said 3, some of them 4, and some of them 5. I go, how can there be light getting down from the sky? There's no hole. Oh, there is a hole. Leads up through the laser. And that's how I figured it out. If you did the iron bars wrong, it'd say you have the wrong iron bars. That doesn't mean that they're the wrong type, and we're talking dark iron bars here. If you're using dark iron bars, you're using the right type. It's just stating that they're set up wrong. For instance, as I explained, whoops, back to game. They've got to be up at the same height as these. There's got to be a total of 6 for each one of the plants. And I heard from somebody else that they must also touch bedrock as well. The capacitors must be able to give out enough energy is another problem you can face. Most people that get an error get it on light level. This actually could probably come down one lower and be a little brighter, but because it's so bright, it can be up that high and work. Okay, so now what we're going to do is the same thing we did before. So obviously my seeds are currently 1, 1, 1, right? Oh, and we need bone meal. So we're going to put that down. Second time. And the sprinklers should be speeding this up a little bit. At least I hope that's the way it works. I don't even know that works up on the surface if they actually do speed it up. But it does seem to be quicker this way than without. But that could be just my imagination. I don't know. So this is going to mutate sometime soon. There we go. We'll do that. Move to this one. Put that down, bone meal it up, and go back to this again. And then we've got our next one. Take that off, go over to this one. Now notice I can't do it in the little cross pattern that I prefer, because then there wouldn't be enough iron bars around the middle one. Okay, now that we've got 2, we'll check this, and I suspect they should be both 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Yes. So they started out as 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. And, oh, you're not full. There we go. Glad it didn't already mutate. That would have been a waste. Because plants can't. Now they did seem to come up pretty quick when I was doing this. It didn't seem to take as long as I thought it would. They seem to progress faster than a lot of other plants do. But and I just do this without you, except I want you to see that as they get up, I'm going to start getting better stuff. So far, all I've got are these organic capacitors. And it doesn't take as many tries to get up there as... Are these not... I swear I had them up there already. I may have wasted that step, I don't know. Whoops. I planted the wrong seed. that goes there. Okay, they're definitely up this time. So I think I've covered all the errors you could make here. And I went over how you look it up. Okay. So next episode, we're going to get into AgriCraft. I'm probably going to have it all set up and ready to go and then show you what I did rather than the crafting steps, because it's going to take me a little while to set it up for the automated farm. And also you start to see the results, because I'll be starting off with something that's all 111 seeds. Which one did I just do? I did that one, right? I forgot. Two that matched. Okay, so I did the far one. Let's shove these old ones. See how we're doing. Whoops. Shove it here. So we're up to 333s. Oh, one more to go. Yeah, it's 3-3. Why wasn't that sorted again? Okay, we just did that one, so it's this one. Of course, these are going to be a little bit better than the ones I looked at. But at least they're not back at, 2-1-2s or something like that. So there's very little information out there on the AgriCraft farming station. I couldn't find anything. No wikis, no videos, no anything. So I had to sort of stumble through this. I can't guarantee I'm doing everything the best or most efficient, but it worked. And it's a matter of which modules do you select, how do you set it up to get it done. I think it's this one I have to do. When I keep talking during it, I get off on different subjects and forget which one I'm on. It's one of the reasons I prefer to do this when nobody's watching, other than the fact that I think it's boring and takes a long time. I won't be showing you any more of this, I don't think. Oh, who knows? If there's something interesting in magical crops or something, who knows? We got 4 more. Let's see what we got. How far along are we? We're up to 666s. So it's about now that I would expect to start seeing better stuff at the earliest. because some of these are going to be 777s. Can we get stuff off my bar? So if something does show up, we'll see it. Damn it, I forget where I was. Well, I guess it's this one. Did that too many times this episode. That's it. I'll just stand on the one I just did, so the one in front of me is the next one. So still nothing better yet. But it should be coming soon. There, we just got one. Okay, so as you can see, as they get up, as they get better, you start getting better stuff. And we're going to need like 32 of these things. So that's why I want it to be up at 10, 10, 10. But I think that's enough for this episode. I don't want to bore you any longer by doing this. I just wanted you to see that we could actually get these things. Hope you found at least some of this useful, and it keeps you from banging your head against the wall later. Hope to see you next time. Go out there and have some fun. Thanks.